Welcome back to another episode of the Loose Cannons USA. And today we are going to cover Arsenal's last Premier League match against Sheffield United, in which we won big.
Yeah, we battered them 5-0. It's what we like to see here on this show, especially. So that's what we keep saying. And finally, we kept getting it. So bang, bang, bang. Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. It's what you want to see. So 5-0, cruise through. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, I think this has been a game in the Premier League that we have been talking about all season and have been waiting to see is a nice total domination victory. And I've always been, big on goal differential. And I thought this was a great game against Sheffield, who has been losing big to some teams. We come out and we get the job done, like you said, bang, bang, bang. We put up 5 goals against them, and we left, everything out on that pitch. And like I said, you never underestimate teams, but we did what we needed to do. And, you know, like I said, goal differential comes in huge importance. You look at the table right now, we are tied with points with City, but we are ahead of Man City because of our goal differential. I think we have the same goal differential, but we have more goals forced, which is why we were ahead of them. So I think that was a big thing for me for this game.
Yeah, and definitely important. So let's get into these goals since we're talking about them. So +5 on the day. Eddie with the first three. The first goal, I gotta say, what an assist from Declan Rice. It was a perfectly placed pass. Eddie controlled it well, and he put it home. What do you think about it?
Yeah, that first touch, like you said, first, the pass from Declan Rice, that first touch from Eddie, and, a calm, cool, collective finish from him. Not much more you can ask for. And just the role that Eddie has, taken in this club. And it's almost like, and everyone, I think, with Arteta, he knows it, and all the fans know it. When you have Eddie and Jesus both super healthy, they both get a lot of time, but everyone feels like that Jesus is our number one go-to for our nine position. But you know what? It's for me, it's like doesn't matter who we put up, they're always going to perform. And on some days, some people are better than others. And signing Eddie, I thought was, really good because especially with Jesus and his injuries that he gets, Eddie comes in and he scores his first Premier League hat trick before Rashford, I believe. Everyone hypes him up. But yeah, he comes in. That first goal was, cool, calm, and collective. And his second goal coming off a corner kick, and he put himself in the right position. And I must say, on a second goal off that corner, he smashed it upper 90. That's still not an easy finish, and he made it look easy. And everyone sees all these goals being scored. Some of these aren't. They look easy because they're professionals and that's what they do. But that second goal off the corner too was another great goal from Eddie. These aren't,
Yeah.
tap-ins that he's getting.
No, and on both of them, actually, like you said, the first one he had a nice touch. The second one he turned around really nice. He was being dragged, it was on a corner, like you said. And I gotta say this, Ben White, as a keeper, I hate it. But with him on the team, I love it. How he gets up in there, he gets up right to the keeper, gets distracted, and the keeper can't move his feet well enough, taps it right back, leaves it in the spot for Eddie to turn around and, like you said, bang it up or 90. And it is so nice having the choice between Eddie and Jesus, especially with his injuries, as you're saying. But compared to a couple of years ago, before he signed this contract, it's it's two different people playing right now. The Eddie and the Eddie 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I know, I was kind of wondering, he's young, but how much longer are we going to keep him around? I know other people wanted him out right away. I'm not going to say who, but yeah. Now look at him going into this third goal. What a goal it was! It was a banger, a screamer. I'll start with this. We got to start from Smith Rowe, which you love to see, and he gets the assist on this one. Nice outside the boot pass, and I can't put into words how perfect that strike was from Eddie. It was absolute world class.
Yeah, like I said, we'll start with the buildup from the play. A nice little, I'm not sure if it was Havertz, someone flicked it, and the ball's in the air. Smith Rowe gets a nice, good first touch, brings it down on the ground, passes it to Eddie, who is outside the box pretty far, and he smashes that upper 90. I mean, what a way to complete your hat trick. I mean, all three goals were well earned, and I thought that his third goal was just the cherry on top. I
Yeah.
mean, just taking that and smashing it that far and hitting the upper 90 corner on the goal was beautiful to see. And, that gave us a 3-0 lead against Sheffield. And I think you could have told from watching the game, but we had that game in the bag at that point. And, you know, like I said, this just adds the goal differential. And I think that adds to Eddie's goal total, his first Premier League hat trick. And I think his confidence a lot too. And not only his confidence, but Arteta's confidence in Eddie, the fans' confidence, Eddie, and the respect that he's going to gain from his teammates. So I think that this hat trick, like I said, this isn't Eddie from 2 years ago. I mean, he still was a good player, but he has just improved greatly, not only just by scoring goals, but you see physically, he's just bigger, stronger, more confident on the ball, his play,
Smarter.
and yeah, smarter. That is a huge thing. He's learning a lot under Arteta. And, whether we have Jesus or Eddie, like I don't mind who starts. Maybe some games, they might have more specific roles, just their play style. But if we have Eddie or Jesus starting, I'm gonna feel the same way. Yeah, Jesus is a little bit more versatile, but up top in number nine position, both are capable of getting the job done.
And if you need a guy to be a poacher too and just annoy the goalie, I'd say we got to start Eddie. If you need a guy to dance around a little bit, be a little more interchangeable, you go with Jesus. But like you said, most days it doesn't matter who's starting up there; they're both going to get the job done. So then we move on to that fourth goal. We had a penalty. Vieira won the penalty, so Vieira got to take the penalty and smacked it home. That's you expect him to do that. Good for him. You like to see him on the score sheet.
Yeah, it was good to see Vieira, these subs from Arteta have been very good. And, Vieira didn't start, but he came on as a sub, earned a penalty kick, and scored a penalty kick. It was a nice, cool, calm, collective finish from him too. And that brought the game to 4-0. And like I said, just it was awesome for me to watch. I think every Arsenal fan to keep hammering teams, like this, keep hammering goals in the back of net and getting that goal total up. And speaking of other subs come in, you have Tomiyasu, who has been playing fantastic lately. And I think this game for him not starting was almost like a rest because I think we're at a point where I think in a specific game, he has earned that left back position over Zinchenko. And like I said, there's really no. I love Zinchenko too, but Tomiyasu has been on lately. He has been playing very well, and he has earned it. But anyway, Tomiyasu comes on as a sub, and congratulations to Takahiro Tomiyasu on getting his first goal for Arsenal.
Yeah, Super Tommy. He really put that one home there too. That all of our goals, one was a penalty, but all our goals from open play, you could say, were pretty excellent. And that's was that from a corner, I believe, too.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
corner.
2 goals off of a corner. Love to see it because there's some games where you're sitting there and we're taking corners and it's just not going our way. 2 in 1 day is nice, especially now with Tomiyasu scoring. I believe every outfield player on the team currently has scored a goal for the club at some point. So love to see it. And like you said, at left back, depends on the day. Zinchenko, Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu has definitely improved. And we can't forget we're a couple months away from getting back Timber. So when he comes back healthy, it'll be nice to have that depth again. Hopefully, I'm praying that we have all three healthy and we can go from there. Can't forget we still have him.
Yeah, that's something, in Arteta's back pocket that we still have, but he's still got to recover. So hopefully maybe we see him, second half, probably towards the end of the season, depending on how he recovers. So hopefully he's having a speedy recovery. as well. But yeah, I mean, this was a game we've been waiting for and, expected, nothing less. A 5-0 victory against Sheffield, who's bottom of the table, not having a great season at all. And this 5-goal game helped us earn the second spot in the table right now. Like I said, we have one more goal forced than Manchester City at the moment, and still sitting two times behind that other team that not going to talk about from North London, who is currently in first, but hopefully that doesn't last for long. However, we have a very, very strong opponent coming up this weekend, a team that has beaten PSG by a lot in the Champions League and has been looking very, very good. And today actually has knocked out Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, I think 3-0.
Yeah.
And we're going to play Newcastle United, who is a team that was top four last season. And I think they might end up being, at least top six again this season. But they had a slow start to the Premier League season, but they are playing I mean, you watched them play as a team, as a unit. Newcastle is on right now.
Yeah, they're no joke. They're a scary team to go up against. And away at St. James Park, it's definitely not going to be an easy one. Hopefully, we learn our lesson from the Chelsea game because if we show up like we showed up against Chelsea, we start that way, it might be 5-0 against us. But if we show up confident and Arteta has his plan, everyone's ready to go from the get go on their toes. I think it's going to be a nice battle. I think it's going to be a close game. I honestly can't say we're away, and we got to fight for these 3 points. So I think we could do it. It's just it's up to the players how they show up to the game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Like I said, Newcastle's on right now. And also if I know two very big Newcastle fans, my coach, if you see this coach Larry, I know he loves his Newcastle team and my boss at work, Fody, two big Newcastle fans, and I know they are very excited about their team. So hopefully, it's a good game when we play them. But they have players, no really known superstar players, but you watch them play as a team, and they are strong together. So it will be no joke. And players like Almiron, Longstaff, just you see players which names you don't really hear a lot, but they play well together. So and it's going to be a good game. But the way we come out is going to be a big factor for that too.
Yeah, like I said, we have the squad to definitely toy around with them if we are really on our game. But they're no joke. We got to take them 100% seriously and bring our best game. I think we'll have some luck, but we got to be on it for 90 out of 90 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah.
So no tea
Yeah.
breaks.
Mhm.
So who do you think is going to start this weekend?
So, I would love Ramsdale to start because I think that he's just our number one keeper. But, I think it's obvious at this point Rye is going to be a net for us. I think at left back, we're going to have Tomiyasu come out over Zinchenko because, like I said, Tomiyasu has been on lately. In the center of the park, we're going to have Gabriel and Saliba lead, the two center back positions, and Ben White at right back. There's no surprise there. Our back line has been solid with Tomiyasu starting now. And I think in the midfield, he is going to go with Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard. And I know that, Rice and Odegaard are a guarantee start in any big game. And I think he's going to start Havertz, but I don't think he's been starting Jorginho lately, but I don't think he has lived up to that standard exactly. He could be a sub, but yeah, Havertz in the middle, and I think with Jesus injured, and like I said, I have no problem with Eddie up top. We're going to have Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and Eddie and Kedia top to start. And I think that at the moment is our strongest squad with obviously, you could say 50-50 for Eddie or Gabriel Jesus. And same thing in the midfield with Havertz and, our other options. How about you?
I'd really only make one change, and that's in goal. I Well, you said you think Rye is going to get the start, but you want Ramsdale. You know, I hate the disrespect that Ramsdale got, but I gotta say, you know, they're human. They're keepers. I'm a keeper too. You're gonna make
Mhm.
mistakes. You know, the littlest thing's gonna be off. But I really think Raya does look comfortable. He's good at playing the ball. I have no problem with Raya starting. So I would go Raya. I would start Tomiyasu over Zinchenko, yes. And then I would go Gabriel Saliba White. I would definitely start Rice and Odegaard in the midfield. And Havertz has been improving. So I would go with Havertz, yeah. And how can you change that front three, especially with Jesus out? It has to be Martinelli, Eddie, and Saka on the right. So I
Yeah,
believe it's
I
the
I
exact same
agree.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now that would be our strongest squad, and you're gonna see like Trossard. You know, depending on how Martinelli's doing, Trossard's gonna get subbed in. You could see Fabio Vieira or Smith Rowe get subbed in. Maybe Zinchenko. Just the usual suspects.
Yeah. And they're going to be class when they come into. So
Yep.
Zinchenko can come in if Tomiyasu's having an off game. Zinchenko, I could see Arteta starting him, but from what I want right now, I'd go with Tomiyasu.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But you know what? We got to come out, and I'm not. Is it home or away? That's one thing.
Away.
Away, yes. At St. James Park, Newcastle has only conceded to, or only not scored, I think, was against Dortmund in the UCL. But at St. James Park, Newcastle is good. So we have our hands full. So we'll see what happens this Saturday. Hopefully, we can get 3 points and, push forward to move up ahead of Tottenham. Hopefully, they drop points.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. It's in our hands. I think it depends on how we come out and play.
Yeah, definitely. So we will see. Hopefully, come out and get 3 points. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you guys.